All right, so the Pacers, I hate to say that they're on the decline. They've just lost one in a row. They're in the 6th position in the East, so still in playoff contention and only 2.5 games behind Philly. What has to happen now with these injuries?
I think for me, I think we're going to have to see this team become more cohesive. We're going to have to see them become a better defensive team. We just heard Jay Michael talking about they're not the same from a defensive standpoint. Defense was really their identity last season and this season at the beginning. So they're going to have to become better defensively. They're going to have to become more cohesive. They're going to have to figure out, how do we play with Victor Oladipo? I thought the transition would be seamless. I thought he would come back and maybe the first 3 to 4 games would be rough and then the team would turn things around. But that hasn't been the case. This team is, out of their last 10 games, they're 3 of their last 10. So they're 3 out of 3 for 7. That's not really good. I don't like where the team is headed. Vic has been struggling. He hasn't been shooting well from the field. This backcourt of Oladipo and Brogdon is something that I was very excited to watch. It hasn't materialized yet. And we just have to look at the fact that Vic hasn't played for a year. It's probably going to take more time than most people really thought. They thought he'd be able to come in and it'd be smooth, but it hasn't been smooth. And I think Vic coming in, especially the way he came in trying to take a lot of shots, I think it threw the offense out of whack, and they have yet to recover.
I couldn't agree more. The Pacers are built to be a blue-collar team. Their strength is in their numbers. I think of the team a couple years back that challenged LeBron and took him to a Game 7, but they did it as a team, a cohesive unit. There's no one man there on the Pacers that we're going to look at and say, you know, he's going to lead them back. Now, the beautiful part, you are in the Eastern Conference. Philadelphia has their share of struggles. Ben Simmons is out. But if you're the Pacers, this schedule doesn't get any easier. They're playing some of the league's best, so they've got to do it as a unit, blue collar, hard work, and the defense. Brendan, you've been there before. It's nothing but communication. You're getting beat on cuts. You're getting beat in transition. That's inexcusable. But those are things that this team can shore up, and they're going to have to do it if they want to stay in this playoff push.
And if you're getting beat on cuts, we got to talk about that's effort. That's effort. Like communication. Listen, if you get beat on the backcourt, back cut, and I'm not expecting that to happen, our communication can be whatever it wants to be. I'm not expecting that. You have to keep your man in front of you. So it comes down to effort. We talked about their transition defense as well in those clips. They got to be. If you get back and just keep your man in front of you and don't turn the ball over, keep teams out of transition, you'll be surprised how many games you can win strictly by limiting your own mistakes.
Absolutely. Yeah, man, Kevin Garnett always preached to us, and this is funny. You know, KG's a Hall of Famer. KG will always tell us, you can win games. Half the teams in the NBA, you beat them by playing hard. You outwork half of your opponents, and we had a lot of success there. He said, now the other part, you know, knowing the plays, going and getting buckets, doing all that, but you can beat half the team. So in the Eastern Conference, the Pacers are going to have a chance, but they've got to get back to what they're known and their identity.
It'll be interesting to see Malcolm Brogdon, who we really didn't talk about, big piece of that puzzle, so hopefully he can get back on the right side of things. Kyle Lowry has figured it out for the Toronto Raptors. They're playing the Bucks. It's 1 versus 2 in the East. We'll be back.